Yes, hello, my dear students. My name is Lakshminarana. This is Ellen Brand of Chemistry. Today we are going to discuss buffer solutions chapter. So, buffer solutions topic in chemical equilibrium chapter. So, first of all, what is the buffer solution? The solution in which the change resist to change in the pH by the addition of small amount of acid or small amount of base is called as buffer solution. Nothing but ఒక సొల్యూషన్లో స్మాల్ అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ యాసిడ్ కానీ స్మాల్ అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ బేస్ కానీ యాడ్ చేసినప్పుడు ఆ సొల్యూషన్ యొక్క pHలో ఎలాంటి చేంజ్ రాకపోతే ఆ సొల్యూషన్నే మనం బఫర్ సొల్యూషన్స్ అంటాం. Look at what is the definition for the buffer solution. The solution, a solution which can resist the change in pH by addition of small amount of acid or base is called buffer solution. Remember, buffer solution nothing but a solution which can resist the change in pH by addition of small amount of acid or small amount of base is called as buffer solution. Clear? So here the buffer solutions are two types. Buffer solutions two types. How many types? Two types. How many types? Two types. What are those? Number one, acidic buffer. Number two, basic buffer. Acidic buffer and basic buffer. So first of all, what is the acidic buffer that we have to discuss? Acidic buffer ante enti? ఎలాంటి సొల్యూషన్ ని అసిడిక్ బఫర్ అంటాం. ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ బఫర్ సొల్యూషన్ అంటే ఏంటి? ఏ సొల్యూషన్ అయితే దాని pH వాల్యూని చేంజ్ చేసుకోదో by the addition of small amount of acid or small amount of base, that we are calling buffer solution. Now we are going to discuss about first one, that is acidic buffer. Sir, acidic buffer ante mixture of weak acid and it's a salt of strong base. It's a salt of, or otherwise we call it the salt of weak acid and strong base. Remember, it's very, very important. Sir, acidic buffer nothing but weak acid plus salt of weak acid and strong base. It is the mixture of weak acid and salt of weak acid and strong base. Sir, what is the strong base? Generally, strong bases are what? Strong bases, ఏవి సార్ strong bases? Sir, first A group elements of hydroxide and second A group elements of hydroxides, we are calling strong bases, right? For example, NaOH is a strong base, then KOH is a strong base, then CaOH taken twice is strong base, MgOH taken twice is strong base. So first A and second A group elements of hydroxides we are calling the strong bases. Sir, here salt of weak acid and strong base. Sir, ఈ strong base కి weak acid add చేస్తే, for example CH3COOH. Remember, all organic acids are weak acids. So weak acids ని యాడ్ చేస్తే, ఇక్కడ weak acid ని యాడ్ చేస్తే, then you can get CH3COONA. This is the salt. This is what? Salt. ఈ salt ని ఏమంటున్నామంటే the salt of weak acid and strong base. Salt of weak acid and strong base. So weak acid and as well as salt, that should be prepared from weak acid and strong base. For example number one. Example number one, weak acid, that is CH3COOH plus, then CH3COONA. Then number two, sir, HCOOH, it is a weak acid. Then plus HCOONA. Then number three, sir, HCOOH plus HCOO taken twice Ca, calcium. The charge is +2, so that's what the two ions it can attach. Then fourth one, then HNO2, the weak acid plus the salt of strong base, that is NaNO2, right? Then fourth one, then HNO2, it is also weak acid plus KNO2, potassium nitrate. Then sixth one, sir, H2S, it is a weak acid. Then sir, Na2S, all these are then acidic buffers. Acidic buffer ante weak acid plus it's a salt of strong base. That is called acidic buffer. Sir, here these are direct. In case the mixture of acetic acid and sodium acetate will be there, that is a direct buffer. కొన్ని కేసెస్లో మనకి ఇండైరెక్ట్ గా బఫర్ ఉంటుంది. అది ఎలా ఉంటుంది, దట్ విల్ డిస్కస్. సో ఇండైరెక్ట్ గా బఫర్ ఎలా ఉంటుంది అనేది మనం ఒకసారి చూద్దాం. సో దీస్ ఆర్ డైరెక్ట్ బఫర్స్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్. సో ఇండైరెక్ట్ బఫర్ నథింగ్ బట్, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, one of the example I am taking to you. So that is what I am telling, indirect buffer. Indirect buffer nothing but, so look at one of the example I will explain to you. One is CH3COOH is given, then plus, then NaOH is given. These are mentioned in the mixture 2 moles. These are mentioned in the mixture 1 mole. Is that acidic buffer? So generally if you see without moles, CH3COOH and NaOH are not acidic buffer. Acidic buffer ante em undali, weak acid, salt of weak acid and strong base. Salt ayi undali, kani ikkada em unnadi, base unnadi. Sir, if in case both will react with each other, then look at CH3COONA will be formed plus H2O will be formed. Clear? So ikkada starting 2 moles of acid undi, 1 mole of base undi. Then in case the 1 mole of base completely react with 1 mole of acid. So now 1 mole of salt will be formed. 1 mole of base, 1 mole of acid, rendu react ayi 1 mole of salt form avutundi. Now ఉన్నది ఒకటే మోలే, ఆ మోల్ కంప్లీట్ గా కన్జ్యూమ్ అయిపోతే NaOH ఏమీ ఉండదు. దెన్ 1 మోల్ ఆఫ్ యాసిడ్ దీంతో యూటిలైజ్ అయితే రిమైనింగ్ 1 మోల్ ఉంటుంది. సో 1 మోల్ ఆఫ్ యాసిడ్ ఉంది, 1 మోల్ ఆఫ్ సాల్ట్ ఉంది. సో నౌ దట్ ఈస్ వీక్ యాసిడ్, రైట్? వాట్ ఈస్ ద వీక్ యాసిడ్ హియర్? దెన్ CH3COOH is the weak acid plus it's a salt of strong base. So what is the salt of strong base? CH3COONA. Both the mixture we call that is acidic buffer, man. Understand all of you? So general ga vaadu manaki examination lo option lo ila iste, sir blind ga manam em anukuntamante idi acidic buffer kaadu anukuntam. But ivi rendu okadaniki okati react ayinappudu 1 mole of NaOH will consume and form 1 mole of CH3COONA. Then this is salt, then this is weak acid. So both we call it is acidic buffer. Understand? So then What is the basic buffer? Basic buffer ante enti? What is the basic buffer? So look at now what is the basic buffer that we'll discuss. So even the same basic buffer ante weak base salt of strong acid. Basic buffer nothing but basic buffer nothing but weak base and salt of weak base and strong acid. Salt of weak base, strong acid. For example number 1, that is NH4OH. Ammonium hydroxide is a weak base plus ammonium chloride, NH4Cl. Ammonium chloride, that is salt of weak base and strong acid. Then example number 2, NH4OH plus NH4 taken twice SO4, then these are salt of what? Salt of weak base and strong acid. This is weak base. Then one more, CH3NH2 amine, ethanamine, then plus CH3NH3 plus Cl minus. This is a salt of strong acid and weak base, right? So all these are basic buffers. So now we know that what is acidic buffer, then what is basic buffer, it is understand, right? So now some of the problems, the numerical problems, what they are given in the previous examination of EAPCET, that we'll discuss now. Okay, clear? So before going to that discussion, sir, here for the acidic buffer and basic buffer, to calculate the pH, what formulas are there? To calculate pH of acidic buffer ni find out cheyadaniki formula enti? pH of acidic buffer find out cheyadam. pH equals to pKa plus log salt concentration divided by acid concentration. Salt concentration divided by acid concentration. This is for acidic buffer, man. Acidic buffer. So then second formula to calculate pH of basic buffer. Basic buffer ni find out cheyadaniki, pH of basic buffer find out cheyadaniki first POH ni calculate cheyalsi untadi. POH equals to pKb plus log salt divided by base. Salt divided by base. Then POH find out chesin tarvata pH find out cheyali. pH equals to 14 minus POH. This is the formula for calculate the pH and POH and pH of basic buffer. Clear all of you? So remember these two formulas. Based on these two formulas, what type of questions are given, that we'll discuss now in the previous year examination, right? So note down the two formulas, my dear students. Note down the two formulas, right? Let's look at one of the previous year question here. That is very simple question is given in the 2023 May 4th. So May 14th. Which of the following does not form a buffer solution? Question number 1. Which of the following does not form a buffer solution ని form చేయదు. ఏది buffer solution ని form చేయదు? That is the question. Options are given. That is NH3 plus HCl in the ratio of 2:1 mole ratio. 1 mole ratio. Then option B, they are given CH3COOH plus NaOH. Even this is also 2:1 mole ratio. So observe students, all these. Then next, NaOH plus CH3COOH. Then 1:1 ratio. 1:1 mole ratio. Then next, NH4Cl plus NH3. Then it is 1:1 ratio. 1:1 mole ratio. Yes, this is direct question. But in the options, indirect buffers are there, direct buffers also is there. Actually, the first case, if you observe both, NH3 plus HCl. This is weak base, man. Ammonia is a weak base, Lewis base we call. The lone pair it can donate. Lone pair donor we are calling Lewis base. Lone pair acceptor we are calling Lewis acid. So this is Lewis base. Lewis base when it is treated with the HCl. Sir, here ammonia is given 2 moles. Then HCl is given 1 mole. After the reaction of both NH4Cl, salt is formed. Then 1 mole of this, when it is reaction with 1 mole of ammonia, then 1 mole of ammonium chloride will be formed. This totally will consume. Then 1 mole of ammonia is there. Then 1 mole of NH4Cl is there. These two are there, right? The mixture of weak base and salt of strong acid, we call it is buffer, right? It is a buffer. Then next come to here. Then weak acid, strong base, both are there. The previous we are discussed. In case the 2 moles are this, 1 mole are this. The 1 mole completely consumed from this. Then what will be formed? CH3COONA. Then salt, weak acid, both will be there. Even this is also buffer, right? Then if we come to there, so these are 1:1 ratio will be there. So idi 1, idi 1. So 1:1, both when it is combined, CH3COONA will be formed. Salt only will be there. These two completely consumed. Ivanni consume అయిపోయి salt మాత్రమే form అవుతుంది. There is no mixture of weak acid and salt of weak acid strong base. Only salt of weak acid strong base will be there. So that is what it is not a buffer. So that is the question which does not form a buffer solution. This does not form a buffer solution. Understand, my dear students? Yes, note down the question clearly. Sir, in case if it is not understand, ask in the comment section. Right? So next question, based on pH, what type of question is given? That once look at the question carefully. A solution is prepared by the mixing of, mixing of 10 ml of 1 molarity of 10 ml of 1 molarity of CH3COOH and 20 ml of 0.5 molarity of sodium acetate, that is CH3COONA, and diluted to 100 ml. If the pKa of acetic acid is, if the pKa of CH3COOH is 4.76. Then the pH of the solution is, then the pH of solution is, observe the question carefully, my dear students. So options are given. Option A 4.76, 5.76, 3.76, 9.24. Yes, yes, look at all of you. So is that acidic buffer or basic buffer? Acidic buffer will be there. What will be there? The mixture of CH3COOH and CH3COONA, CH3COOH plus CH3COONA, right? So this is given. So look at volume as a 10 ml. Then the molarity, 1 molarity is mentioned. Then salt volume is 20 ml. Then the molarity is mentioned 0.5. But they are mentioned one of the point, diluted 200 ml. Diluted 200 ml. So the both concentrations will be changed by the dilution of, right? So now how to take the concentration of acid now? The concentration of acid equals to, this is equals to the molarity into volume divided by, that is 1 into 10 divided by, that you have to take 100. So 1 into 10, then 10, then 0 zeros cancel, 1 divided by 10, nothing but 0.1 concentration. Then even concentration of salt, if you take here, the molarity into volume 0.5 into 20, then divided by, then 100, even this is, you can get 0.1 molarity. Then pH find out చేయడానికి ఫార్ములా ఏమని చెప్పాను, pH equals to pKa plus log salt concentration divided by acid concentration, right? Yes, look at my dear students, pKa value how much is there? 4.76 is there, plus log salt concentration 0.1, then acid concentration 0.1, then both when it is cancelled, log 1 value is 0. So then the pH is 4.76. Clear all of you? So A 4.76 is the answer. Understand? So note the question carefully. So this question is given actually in 2023 May 12th. 2023 May 12th ki ichina question maidi. Right. Then one more question is there based on that. We'll discuss one more question. Yes, note down the question. Next question we'll discuss. Yes, note down the question one more. This is given in the 2020 September 2020, then September 11th they are given this question. That is, what is the pH of? What is the pH of 10 ml of buffer solution? Sorry, 10 liters of buffer solution. 10 liters of buffer solution containing 0.01 molarity of NH4Cl and 0.1 molarity of NH4OH having pKa value is 5. So this is the question. So options are given. Option A, that is 8. Option B, that is 7. Option C, 10. Option D, 5. So look at my dear students. This is the question. They are given in the 2020. September 11th. So both buffer. So buffer is the basic buffer, right? Look at NH4OH plus NH4Cl. Weak base is there plus salt of weak base and strong acid is there, right? Look at my dear students. Then first I told that when the basic buffer is given, POH should be calculated. So that POH equals to then PKB. Sir, here also, sorry, the PKB, this is PKB plus log salt concentration divided by base concentration. Have to take the PKB value. How much is there? 5 plus log salt concentration. How much is there? 10 to the power of minus 2. 10 to the power of minus 2 divided by base concentration. What is there? 10 to the power of minus 1. So that we can get there 10 to the power of, sir, 5 plus log 10 to the power of minus 1. Clear? So then you can get minus 1 into log 10. Log 10 value is 0. So 5 minus 1 equals to 4 you can get. So POH value is 4. Then we know the formula, that is pH plus POH equals to 14. pH plus POH equals to 14. Sir, in case if it is required pH equals to 14 minus POH, right? So 14 minus POH value, how much is there? Minus 4. Then answer is 10. The pH of this buffer solution is 10. Clear? Understand all of you? These are the questions are given in the previous examination based on the buffer solutions from ionic equilibrium. So remember, the most important chapter is chemical equilibrium and ionic equilibrium. So from this chapter in the previous year, in the 2025, they are given 3 questions, 3 to 4 questions are given. So that please be remember, so read carefully, be focused on it. 1 month of sincere hard work, so you can get, then you can save more money, because in the management quota, they will ask much money for 1 year. Then in case if you get then best rank, then that money will be decreases to you people. So it will save for your parents money. That's what we are discussing daily few questions for you people. Please follow my channel and subscribe my channel. Then share to others. Those are preparing for EAPCET and JEE Mains examination. Thank you.